Welcome to the 4th round of the Legacy Challenge. We are up against a guy who used to play a lot of Death and Taxes, so let's hope. This hand is okay. Like usual, all it needs is like more acceleration, but we can always draw into that. Basically, every time you got like 2 lands, Glimpse, Symbiote, and acceleration, preferably, oh, this is not Death and Taxes, in the form of Lana Elves, I was about to say. You're like in a great spot. I guess we still are, but this could be a little more awkward. Nah, I'm not playing Death and Taxes. I looked you up, you've basically played Death and Taxes since you were born. But okay. Now I want to draw something like Cradle or something. Oh man. He's going in for like the big stuff. Spyglass. I wonder if he's gonna name... Actually, you could make a case for Lana Elves, Symbiote, Heritage Druid, or Nissa. But if I was him, I would certainly name Lana Elves here because it delays me the most. Like, it seriously delays me. Whereas, if he names Swirlbird Symbiote, there's still a chance I just kill him here. Like, I think I would rather name Heritage Druid than Wirebird Symbiote. Like, if you're not gonna name Lana Elves, then you might as well just name Heritage Druid. I think this is actually the worst thing to... Except for Nissa, yeah. Okay, so... So, one thing I could do, but that's not good, is to cast both Heritage Druids, then tap 3 Glimpse Wild Symbiote. No. I think I'm just gonna go for this and hope to find Cradle. Or Virtual Rangers would also be okay. This isn't the worst. I'm still gonna run it out like this. Okay, now we're drawing like the cards that aren't that great in this matchup. At least like in the way the cards have been drawn up here. Like Cloudpost into Cloudpost, it's really hard to beat. If you don't have like something great. I wonder what he's gonna take here. He might actually take the Nissa, but Nissa isn't great either. He might actually take the Abrupt Decay. Also, like, you always have to like imagine what is your opponent scared of. An opponent is probably the most scared of Natural Order right now. Yeah, there's really not much we can do. I try to play this in a way so that we can eventually hit the Sorcerer's Spyglass at his end of turn, if it's required. Because there's a pretty decent chance that we get to win on our next turn. Unless he goes for something like... I don't know, this reduces all his dust casts, right? Yeah. 2, 4, 6, so if he's got another land, he can all his dust us. I'm actually gonna take this, because if he's got another Thought Knot Seer, I don't want him to be able to take anything from our hand. Or Borg. Uh-oh. Could be all this... Oh, Oblivion Sour. Oh, that's actually okay. So he takes like the top 4 cards. Okay. Those are random anyway. So he took Visionary, Finthorn, Elves, Virtual Rangers. Visionary would have been really good here. But maybe now we find Glimpse. So then he gets like all the lands, right? Right. Or none. Okay, you get that. Another Sorcerer's Spyglass? Oh, this is annoying. Actually, he might name Wirebird Symbiote again. Because if he doesn't name Wirebird Symbiote, he's giving us the choice. Actually, I'm not sure which one I would rather have, but let's see. It's kind of awkward that he knows about the Abrupt Decay now. This is it's not really a mind game, because like both of us have like a strictly better line. Yeah, and he actually names the second Wirebird Symbiote, which is interesting. So we could shoot at these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, he's still a bit away from using the Eye of Ugin. Like basically, the idea is to either shoot this or this. I think I'm still gonna go with this. If we find a Reclamation Sage, then we can actually make something work. Okay. Huh. So Senate, Cradle becomes lethal if we find Senate. So I could pay more life and then just do a couple jump blocks here. Basically I would go down to 4, so I would allow this guy to attack and then like jump block these two. I don't hate that. Like, we get punished if he's got something like, I don't know, Ballista, or maybe we don't even get punished. Actually, we should get punished by Ballista pretty hard, I guess. I'm gonna keep the Llanowar Elves in hand, just because there's also a chance we find Glimpse and glimpse him out. Oh, he found the Cloud Post, so he got like 7 mana. He can activate the Ugin, but then only use it for a single black. I don't know, not at all actually, because he needs to tap it to search. Man, why couldn't this be like Death and Taxes? Oh, he did. Whoa! Opponent doesn't attack. Maybe he wants the power of blockers. Maybe, oh yeah, maybe he wants to search up something big, and then next one he's got like 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Maybe he wants to cast a big Eldrazi next turn. So, we can find a lot of cards that can win. None of those win the game. And now we're in trouble because he's gonna find all his dust. I'm sure this can find all his dust. Colorless creature card. But he can still just kill us with Ballista. So we put this on top and this on top, and then we play this so we can shuffle our library. Unfortunate. I would think he goes for Ballista here. Man, I don't want to lose this matchup. Here comes the Ballista. So he needs 8 mana to kill us. And he's easily got 8 mana. Let's just see whether he actually goes for it. People make mistakes. Oh, he's gonna make the largest Ballista I've seen in quite a while. How big is it? 8? Okay. Is it 8? No, it's 6, right? Ah, it's just 6, come on. Casual 12 mana. The Spyglass, huh? It's also kind of annoying that you actually can't... Actually, it's not annoying that you can't draw extra cards. It's just something that happened in Magic Online recently. I would have just been curious. But I guess his skill was deterministic, so it doesn't really matter. I think Meekstone is actually not that great against him. I think there's... Yes, it taps down some of his Eldrazi's, but his power is not like... Unlike the actual Eldrazi deck, the Eldrazi Stumpy deck, which attacks you for the win, this deck has inevitability in the long run because of Eye of Ugin. And that makes Meekstone, like... It's more like a life gain spell or something. Like it ticks down like a couple of times and then it doesn't matter anymore because they've got Emrakul or something. So I think I really want to be quite fast against them. So I don't want the Nistas. I want the Decays because there's probably Chalice. On the... Actually, I'm going to take out the Use. It's not great against them. And then it's between Library and one of the Elves. And on the play, I'm leaning towards Library, especially since they have Thought-Knot Seer. Nah, let's just go with this. I wanna be as lean as I can. Maybe that's wrong, but I just wanna go for this and see how it goes. Yeah, needs business, but at least we got a couple draw steps to find it. I could run out the Meekstone first, because like playing the Elves until actually doesn't do too much. So how do I get punished? Like if they go turn 1 Chalice, which they might not even be able to do, then I can Abruptlicate a Chalice on the second turn, but they might play Thought-Knot Seer on the second turn. So maybe I want Meekstone on the first turn. How much damage am I missing out on? Because next turn I'm gonna play Visionary then, so I'm missing out on at least 4 damage. I think I'm gonna go with the Nettle Sentinel first. Opponent mulligan to 6. Is this like the Chalice mulligan? Okay, so what's awkward here is that usually I would play the Visionary because it adds a little more damage to my board, which can be quite relevant against him. But if he plays Thought-Knot Seer next turn, then I really want to be able to Abrupt Decay the Chalice. So I can't really do that. I can't really commit the Visionary yet. So if he plays Thought-Knot Seer, that's like the best case scenario. Like it's not that likely for him to have it, especially on a mulligan to 6, to have like the nuts opening of turn 1 Chalice into Thought-Knot Seer. And if he has that, that's like the kind of start that you would be, I don't want to say okay for the opponent to have, but if you lose to that, it's at least something that, how do you describe that? it's not something you have to worry too much about because it doesn't happen often enough to actually be relevant for you to like question inherent decisions about your deck and how you play it. And I think that's a mistake a lot of people make. They like adjust their plays and their deck building to scenarios that are like too... Basically you have to consider how impactful the play is, how unlikely or likely it is, and how much it would hinder your overall deck quality if you adjusted your deck building according to that. And I think this kind of start that he could have but didn't have here is just like too unlikely for us to actually worry about it too much. Gonna take out the Chalice, even though there's actually a chance that you want to take out the Sorcerer Spikeless here, because it would be so much better if you had Symbiote. But the Meekstone is a thing, and we actually have okay, I don't want to say decent, but okay-ish beatdown going on here. Gonna play the free Quirion Ranger. And opponent already showed us that he doesn't have Thought Knots here, so I might actually play the Visionary here. Just because it's a little more beatdown going on. Also, oh yeah, since I was gonna play Visionary anyway, oh yeah, this was an actual mistake. I should have played the Visionary first, because now that I drew the land I realized it. Then I could have made my land drop and played the Quirion Ranger. So the end result would have been the same, but I would have had one more land in play, which, like, especially if you have expensive spells in hand, could eventually matter down the road. Is this gonna be Grim Monolith? Okay, now I really want like a removal spell for that. Oh yeah, so and if we end up drawing Senate here, then we really get punished for the mistake I made on the previous turn on the Visionary. Because now we could like Senate for Reclamation Sage, but since he tapped the Grim Monolith, I'm not that scared of it anymore. Is he gonna play another Chalice? Oh, Ballista, okay. Man, I wish I had Wasteland. Draws Wasteland. What? Oh, he has Chalice. That was... Oh no, Chalice is good here. Let's just attack here. I wonder if he's gonna... Well, it's... I guess you block the... If you use it, you block the Nettle Sentinel and shoot one of these guys. Yeah, that makes the most sense. Actually, I hope he shoots the Visionary here. Because the Quirion Ranger is good with the Dryad Arbor we might be getting. Yeah. Maybe I don't want 3 Meekstones, now that I think about it. Maybe I want like 1 fewer Meekstone and 1 more business card. Here's my business card. Opponent looks at it, it's natural order. It's like, oh! He takes it down, it's like, Grotoof! Like, no! Okay, so we can attack for 2 here, but now it's getting awkward. It's also like, it's awkward when you have Ensnaring Bridge and Ancient Tomb. There's, like, if you don't have a lot of mana on the board, there's a weird tension between these 2 cards. So we could Rex Sage something here. Do we want though? Like, but right now the thing I want to do most is like constrict this mana. So if we Rex Sage Chalice here, we can get a decent glimpse. But if we Rex Sage Ensnaring Bridge, we make it more likely to hit him. Oh no, I hope I didn't press F2. Okay, I didn't. So if I get Rex Sage on Ensnaring, I think I like Rex Sage on Ensnaring Bridge. Opponent really hasn't shown much. And this maybe kill him next turn, probably. We might even shut off his... Nah, we're not shutting off his Ancient Tomb, but we are pretty close to doing that. Actually, no. I was thinking about trying to make Kraterhoof, but that doesn't matter, because then nothing can ever attack again. Where is it? A Reclamation Sage. And taking out Le Breach from below. No, Ensnaring Bridge it is. Yes, I would like to use this. Man, game 3 is gonna be... If it comes to a game 3, I hope so. It's gonna be really hard. The 12 post deck, the 12 post Eldrazi deck is so much harder to beat than the regular Eldrazi deck. Just because our sideboard cards aren't as impactful. If he has got another Ballista, that could be a problem. Oh wow! Oh, that's so cute. He uses Urborg to tap the Ancient Tomb, so he doesn't have to pay life. Unfair? No, Ballista. This is Ballista. Oh, okay. It's still not great for us, but at least he's top decking, and we got at least 1 creature here. Oh, had he used that Ancient Tomb, he would have been in trouble, because then Dryad Arbor could have killed him soon after. Okay, come on, Penlaven. And opponent don't have anything for our turn. Come on. No, 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 no! You're doing it wrong. You're not supposed to cast anything. So what do we need to draw here? Abrupt Decay. There's 2 Abrupt Decays left in the deck. And there's literally nothing else. Actually, I guess if you draw something like Visionaries or stuff, that can help us. I think Library we took out, so we can't draw that. Ooze we also took out. So Senate's Abrupt Decays, not this. Removed Visionary? Yeah, Current Ninja. Technically, if we... Ah, man. Should I have actually gone for the Chalice? I was so tempted by killing him next turn. Maybe I should have planned a little bit more for the long term. Okay, so this doesn't really do much except Void. I wish... Yeah, if we had Deathwatch Shaman, that would be sweet. Can we actually get to hardcasting Kraterhoof? I guess if we find a couple of Cradles... this one. Okay, it's so bad that Reclamation Sage is already gone. Actually, if we get a couple more creatures, then we might just be able to, like, straight up rush him. But that, of course, requires him to not find more creatures, and looks like he found another Thought-Knot Seer. Or Oblivion Sower, maybe? Another Artist Test.
Double kill!
Now it's gonna be tough. I guess Abrupt Decay is actually still really good if you find it. It's just so unlikely to hit here. It's like a 5%, less than a 5% chance. It's like 2 in 41, that's like 1 in 20.5, so it's less than 5%. Does he have surgically? He can't surgically. Oh, he probably went away to take a shit or something. I guess after double Chalice, double Aweless Dust, Ensnaring Bridge, you can lose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1. This also casts Aweless Dust, right? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that's how he got there. The Urborg was like critical. Because the Urborg actually allowed him to tap these, tap this without life loss, and tap this one. The Urborg was like that ritual that gets through Chalice. It's kind of weird. Don't leave us hanging, opponent. So, say we draw Abrupt Decay, then we Abrupt Decay the Chalice of end of turn, at end of turn, and then on our turn we can run out... I guess Meekstone. We kind of have to cast Meekstone, even though he's still got a lot of top decks that he can find. Is opponent disconnected? Maybe that's how I'm in condition. No. So we basically have to run out Meekstone. We don't actually have to, because he could still wait a turn and take one more hit. But he sits back on blocking. So yeah, I would Abrupt Decay, then he hits me for 4. Or he hits me for 4, then I Abrupt Decay and his end of turn. Then I draw another card, and if that card is a land, we can go for 2 creatures. No, but I really want to cast Meekstone, otherwise this guy stays back on blocking. So I would cast Meekstone and Nettle Sentinel, but that doesn't kill him on the next turn. But I think that's the best course of action, unless we draw something like Birchlow Rangers. And this, of course, all assumes that we actually do draw Abrupt Decay. So it looks like the opponent might actually be gone for a while. I'm gonna stop the recording and resume once he's back. Watch him come back right as I click stop. So see you in a short while. Okay, opponent finally came back and said something in chat. Connection problems, sure. Oh, he actually lost connection. So what are we gonna do here? I think I can run out a creature that makes it like... makes him at least question whether he wants to attack. I think it should get Nettle Sentinel. Because I can actually untap Nettle Sentinel. And it's like a 2-turn clock as opposed to a 3-turn clock. Man, if I could land the Meekstone here, Nettle Sentinel would be really good. I wonder whether I guess he attacks if he has a creature, but he finds Vesuva. Vesuva is also a problem because eventually he's gonna be able to activate Eye of Ugin. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nah. We couldn't find what we need. Big problem of everyone in life in general. Can't find what you need. Just draw a card and pass the turn. Abrupt Decay, the Chalice. Oh, you guys can't even see the Chalice. It's over here. I'm usually not playing against opponents who've got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's basically my layout isn't produced to build to play against people who got 8 different kinds of lands. And for this, these artifacts apparently also count as lands. So yeah, there's a Chalice from 1, in case you forgot. I'm not gonna have 6 because it would give away that we don't have Abrupt Decay. Well, actually it's super awkward for him to attack. But he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's got enough. So we need to find, even if you find Abrupt Decay, it doesn't do anything. Like, playing the guy as Cradle might actually not even be like all that good because it gives away that we found air. So yeah, now he finds, I don't even know, he can basically find any big Eldrazi and probably take the game. I guess Ballista wouldn't be the worst because Ballista also takes down all creatures, so it makes it more unlikely for us to actually find, but he can find a colorless creature, so he can find Ballista. He did that in the previous game. Maybe he's got something even speeder. One of you just finds like Thought Knot's here wouldn't make sense. There's Ballista. And now I'm not even sure if if you can take the game if you find Abrupt Decay. And yeah, this is what I said about Meekstone. Like, Meekstone isn't actually great in this matchup, and I'm not even sure if I should actually bring it in, because my point, like, my idea is to beat them before they can beat me, because I can't really delay them. But like, delaying the game doesn't really work too well unless you're like trying to find a way around a Chalice or something, like in this case. But if it was already in play, of course. He plays another Grim Monolith, and then probably the biggest Ballista ever since the last game. And sort of Feast and Famine. Oh wow, he's got it all. Oh, this is cute. I like this. oh wow, sort of Feast and Famine is insane with Cloud Post. I think this is gonna be it. Can't block. Actually, takes a can he produce 14 mana? No, he can't. Oh, wow, he's got Monolith. He might actually be able to. 4, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. He's got enough to kill us here. Okay, this is pretty cool. I want to see a 7/7 Ballista come down. Do it now. Do it for science. Okay. I guess we had to eventually lose a game, but damn, would have been sweet if he had been on Death in Texas. Okay. Anyway, see you next round.